And we are back on the chosen baseball journey. That is superstar slugger Karim Garcia. I'm Jonathan A. Hacohen. We're going from trade deadline to prospect talk. Karim, I need some therapy right now from my fantasy team. Can you help me out?
I'm gonna have to do a little more than just therapy with you because I have to do a surgery because some of the guys that you had before. I mean, Jesus Christ, they went back down. But I mean, you still have a chance. You still have an opportunity. You get 2 months.
Well, it's funny. We got 2 months coming. So I got two fantasy teams, if you remember now. We haven't talked about them in a while. One was a team that I expertly picked. I had superstar sluggers, and I figured I'm going to pick up pitchers from the waiver wire. The other team got auto picked for me. They gave me a million fantastic pitchers, no hitting whatsoever. I had to get the hitters off the waiver wire. The team that had the best pitching and I had to get the hitting off the waiver wire, I've been in first place almost all year. Still in first place. We're looking good. The team with the hitting and I had to find the pitchers. Still in third place, but we're climbing and climbing. The guy who had the great pitching, they are now starting to falter in August and September. So there's a chance. So I'm still in there. I'm still in there. But that team with the hitting, it's funny. I have an all-star team on hitting. I got Schwarber in there. I got Judge as my first round pick. I'm loving my life. Second base has been a giant hole all season. I originally picked up Matt McLean in spring training. He goes down in spring training. I take his replacement, Jonathan India. He hits for a while, stops hitting, starts hitting again. I keep changing my second baseman every week or two. It's been very aggravating. Back on my team for a second time, Xander Bogaerts. Xander Bogaerts, injured shoulder, comes back. Been pretty steady. Happy with Xander Bogaerts. But at the beginning of the year, there was a guy. The Messiah was coming, Kareem. The can't miss prospect. I had him loaded up on both teams, ready to go. As soon as he was coming, I figured he's gonna hit home run after home run after home run. I was right, but I was 3 months wrong about that one. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Jackson Holliday from the Baltimore Orioles.
Jackson Holliday, you were on two of my fantasy teams, and you went, I think, 0 for 30 to start off. We got you off the teams as quick as possible. You have second base and shortstop eligibility. You went down to the minors. Was not hitting much in the minors, got injured. And then Kareem, what happened? Did he just wake up one morning and said, "Oh yeah, I remember how to play baseball again"? And what does he do? He goes and hits 4 home runs in 7 games. Why could he not be doing this when he first came up? What is the mindset for Jackson Holliday that now he's come back full circle?
I'm thinking that he actually spoke to his father, ex-major leaguer for the Colorado Rockies, and talk about his beginning of the year when he got called up and all the expectations that everyone has. Not only the Baltimore Orioles, but you, me, the whole fan base that they have with the Orioles over there. That this guy is going to be the Ken Griffey Jr. As soon as he step up to the plate, he's going to hit a jack. He's going to steal bases. He's going to do everything, the full, Gold Glover with the home run power and everything else. It puts so much pressure on himself that it got to him too quick and got sent down to the minor leagues. You mentioned it. He started very well in the minor leagues because you still, when you get sent down from the major leagues, you have to accept that you failed. That you did things the wrong way, or you needed to work on some other things to be there. And that's what he did. He struggled for a little bit. Probably kind of understood talk. I mean, he had to be talking to his father, picking up his brain, talking about the struggles that is not only in the minor leagues but in the major leagues too. Everybody goes through them, and now all of a sudden gets back to the major leagues, second opportunity, same year, and it's now a little more relaxed, showing the capability that he has and what everybody was expecting him to do. You know why? Because it's in a team that is in first place. He doesn't have to be the man because you're not in April, you are in August. In April, when you don't know exactly how the season is going to go, the pressure is not on you, it's on everyone to get to the first place because that division, you have Boston, you have the Yankees, You had Toronto, you had Tampa Bay, and you. Everybody can be on first place in April, and all of a sudden can falter down to the last place.
Well, if by the way, I love the Kareem mug. Can you show that Kareem mug there? Look at that. And look at this. I got a chosen lawyer mug I'm drinking. I love it. I love it. Aaron Judge, beginning of the year, everybody laughed at me. They said, "Oh, you're so stupid for taking Aaron Judge in the first round." And he slumped for a month and a half, and he was hitting a buck 50, a buck 80. And people said, "Oh, Judge overrated." Look who's laughing now.
Exactly. And it wasn't a month and a half. It was only April. The month of April, he was hitting a buck 75, something like that. He kind of struggled. I guess it was a little too cold for him in New York. But as soon as he heat up a little bit in May, at the beginning of May, boom, he was the Aaron Judge, started hitting jacks. He went from hitting 177 to hitting 300 in less than 20 days. And he went a hitting spree and a home run spree. Right now, check him out. He has 42 jacks, 100 and something RBIs, hitting over 300. I mean, it's incredible that what he's done so far.
Well, I've been analyzing baseball for over 30 years, and there's two expressions I want to tell you because I know you've heard them for sure. One is coming to spring training in the best shape of your life. Have you heard that one before?
Yes.
Guy pulls up, they're like, "Oh, look at him. He's in the best shape of his life. He's going to have the best year. Look at him in spring training." That's one. The other one is big second half. We heard that one before.
Yes. It's
Which one
some
is
guys.
mo-
Yeah, go
which
ahead.
one is more important in baseball? Coming to spring training in the best shape of your life or having a big second half?
Having a big second half for me, regardless of what kind of shape are you in the spring training. I don't really care. I've seen guys that 20 pounds overweight and all of a sudden have the best year in their life. Bartolo Colon is one of them. He came a little overweight, but the guy still throw 100, in a great pitcher. And some guys, like not the Aaron Judge because he's always in shape, but the other guys in shape, but can never get healthy is Stanton. Same thing. These guys always come big, strong, and they're talking about, oh, this is the year that he's going to hit 80 home runs. Man, at least play 100 games in the season, and then you let me know how many home runs you're going to hit. Unfortunately, second half is more important to anyone than having a great spring training in the first half.
Do you notice in August that all those hitters that hit home runs learned how to hit home runs again? Machado, Riley, Olson, all these guys. And all those pitchers that we said there's no way they're going to win 20 games. They're not going to be as good as they were in April. All of them are starting to serve up home runs like no tomorrow. I feel like the pitchers had a huge advantage come April. The hitters have the huge advantage in August, right or wrong.
Absolutely right. And now I'm going to tell you why is my opinion. Because, in April, the pitchers are way ahead of the hitters. Right? They're not ready because you only got 5 weeks of the spring training, 4 weeks, depending how many games you get. You get 15 games before you get to a season, which is 162 games. In April, the pitchers are way ahead of the hitters. But in August, the pitchers are tired. They start feeling the long season, and the hitters are only getting stronger as the season progresses. So I see why the decline of the pitching and the upright of the hitters because of that. That's my opinion.
My guess as well is, and you can help correct me if I'm wrong, hitters' timing is really, really crucial. And if you played a half season coming into August as a hitter, your timing is a lot stronger than it is going into April.
Absolutely. I mean, you getting all those reps already. You got 100 games into you, and you're hitting every day. You tweaking and glitching a little bit to see exactly your swing, how to get it back to wherever you want to be. And all of a sudden, something clicks in July. All of a sudden, August comes around, and you are just raking. You're just hitting bombs, hitting everywhere.
For those of you that just came to baseball recently and have been watching it for, let's say, the last couple of years, things have changed a lot compared to my day and Kareem's day when we
Mm-hmm.
look back in time because Kareem, back in our day, it'd be very rare you ever see a Jackson Holliday in the majors. He would be right now at double A at best back in the day. I mean, think about Wade Boggs, think about Tony Gwynn. These guys saw time in the minors. Now, with social media, Baseball America, you don't want the prospects to come in 5 years. You want them yesterday. And in a lot of ways, I'm thinking they're hurting the prospects as much as they're helping them. For every Jackson Holliday out there, you're gonna have another guy that maybe if he got more seasoning in the minors, maybe would come out stronger. But the pressure is so high now to rush these prospects, rush the prospects. And we were debating for so long about Jackson Holliday. Was it the right thing or the wrong thing? And here we are back, and now we're saying, you know what? I guess everybody was right. This guy is a star.
It is a star, but I told you at the beginning of the year that this guy needed more time in the minor leagues, and I would have liked him. The Baltimore Orioles do what the Pittsburgh Pirates did for Skenes, get him 6 starts, and for Holiday would have been a month and a half in the minor leagues in AAA, seeing more hitting, getting 100 at bats, 150 at bats, under your belt, getting your timing right, and then coach you up to the major leagues. They rushed this guy in April, like I told you, and you saw it. I mean, he hit 100, a .077 for his games. They had to send him right back down, and you frustrate this guy on his mind. You instead of helping him, you put him way back down, and he had to recover from that. Talking to a lot of people, not only the fitness aspect, but on the mental aspect as well. And finally he's back. He's more relaxed, more at bats under his belt, and now he's doing what they were expecting him to do.
I mean, listen to these names and the company that he's in. Okay, 12 players in Major League history getting 3 home runs in a row, 3 consecutive games before their 21st birthday. Includes Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Willie Mays. Okay, you have Miguel Cabrera in 4 straight games. You have Ronald Acuna 5 straight games. Man, that is good company to be in.
Great company to be in because at least 3 of those guys are still playing right now, except for Acuna that is hurt, but I mean, he's going to be playing next year. And if he's getting in that type of company, he's doing something correct.
I'm going to ask you a very controversial question now. Are you ready?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Baltimore, Pittsburgh GMs, get on the phone. Okay. Skenes for Holiday.
Never.
Who takes that deal? Who hangs up the phone?
If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm hanging out the phone as soon as they say Skenes, regardless of what it is. Unless he picks 3 years in my team, which he hasn't, I will not trade that guy for anything right now. This is the face of the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is the guy that's going to sell the tickets. This is the guy that everybody's excited to go watch him pitch. You get one of those guys every 10 years, and this is the guy right now that they got to keep.
If Baltimore says to Pittsburgh, I'll give you Holiday and any 2 players in our minor league system, and we got some big prospects for Skenes, Pittsburgh still hangs up the phone?
It puts a little doubt in my mind, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to keep Stevenson Pittsburgh because that guy, like I mentioned, is gonna sell the tickets. He's gonna bring the people to the stadium, and that's what they want.
You think about every single revenue of what a Paul Skenes means to a city. Like you said, ticket sales. You think about ad revenue in the stadium and on TV, merchandising, interviews, media. As far as celebrities go right now, when I think about it, and you think about all the major sports, NFL, NHL, right? NBA, I think right now he's on par with Sidney Crosby. He's on par with LeBron James as far as media attention.
He's putting up the numbers that they were expecting him to do. I mean, he's doing everything right. Um, so why would you even trade him? He brings so much to your team on a team that really is going nowhere right now. Why would you even trade him to anyone? Even if the Yankees coach say, I'm going to give you Aaron Judge, which they want, you won't trade him.
I got him on both my fantasy teams, by the way. From the first start, I got it. People lost faith. Even though I lost Jackson Holliday, I did get
Mhm.
Paul Skenes on both teams. And you know what? In fantasy land, and I don't think that's different from regular land, a good starting pitcher, a dominant starting pitcher, has more value than a hitter at this point because it's really hard to get good pitching in there. When every fifth start, you're almost guaranteeing yourself a win, it's very, very big. So looking now, I feel a lot better for Jackson Holliday. Look, I did not see this coming in the second half. I thought this was going to be next year. He showed them enough in the minors. Kid's got to be feeling really good about himself. Jackson Holliday comes to you now. He says, listen, my dad, Kareem, thought that I should have a conversation with you. You gave me advice at the beginning of the year. Now look at me. I'm the second coming of Babe Ruth. Kareem, what advice would you give Jackson Holliday today going into September and going forward in his career?
It is to relax, take one day at a time, enjoy the moment that he's having right now. Don't put a lot of pressure or thoughts into your head because you need to be relaxed. You're not going to carry this team. This team already has done it through the whole year with the guys that they have. You're just one part of the big picture. Don't try to carry all the 24 other guys that are on the team because you can't. Right now, you're still too young. Your time will come to be that guy. Right now, you just enjoy and go have fun.
And when he hangs up the phone and Paul Skenes calls you up and says, hey, I heard you give some really good advice to Jackson Holliday. Kareem, can you give me some advice as well? Knowing where Paul Skenes has come and finishing off the year, what advice would you give to Paul Skenes? Would it change from the advice you gave him at the beginning of the year?
I will tell him, you know what, as great of a season that you're having right now, I will try to limit your innings because your team, unfortunately, is not going to the playoff, and they need you for the years to come to start the season great. So if you can throw, 80 to 100 pitches, 6 innings, whatever it is that you can throw with those numbers, just do it. Take your rest when you can, and enjoy the rest of the season. You're having a great season. You're having 6-1, 199 ERA. I mean, what else could you do besides asking for a trade to a team that is in contention, which won't happen. So
If I could give one piece of advice to Jackson Holliday and Paul Skenes, seeing prospects come and go for so many years, I would say make only a few friends and make sure they're very boring friends, friends that go to the library, friends that go for coffee. Don't go into inside of any bars if you can avoid it. Basically, don't do anything fun for the next 20 years. Focus on baseball, make your $500 million or so in salary. And as soon as you retire, then you can go party. But please, please, please don't make too many fun friends because in this day and age of social media and the attention you get out there with these names, it can get really rowdy really quick.
yeah, but nowadays these guys they like to play video games. They're playing against each other. So usually they don't go out too much, and if they do, they go to places that not many people can get in. That's just high end places, bars or whatever it is, and get a little VIP. I mean, you still can have some fun. You ain't gonna be 24/7 in your room or in the stadium. You still get to relax once in a while when you get your day off and enjoy. You need to enjoy because it's such a long season, such a stressful year, playing 162 games, especially for teams that are not making playoffs, and you're losing and losing and losing. It takes a toll into a player, not only the managers and the coaches, but to the players too. That you're like, man, I'm tired to lose every day. I'm tired to do this. You know why? Because it gets into your head. So yeah, I mean, you can relax on your day off. Besides that, just do your job.
And the other piece of related advice I would give these young, fun young men is if you go to a party or a club, because these guys are going to get a lot of attention, especially Paul Skenes, he's going to go to every celebrity outing and award ceremonies. If you ever get introduced to somebody with the last name Kardashian, run. Run as far as you can. Please do not make friends with them. Your careers will suffer. Just trust me, I told you that.
Yes, but I mean, he has a beautiful girlfriend, so he doesn't need to have anybody else for him right now. So I mean, I don't think he's looking. And even if they're trying to get into him, I'm guessing the girlfriend's gonna be like this, put in the hand and say stop.
Kareem, there's a better chance of me owning my own private jet and a Bentley before that couple makes it for 20 years from now. But let's see. Stranger things have happened. This has been the
Oh,
chosen.
really?
This has been the chosen baseball journey. We're gonna come back next week, talk about a couple predictions. We're gonna check in on our predictions, seeing how they went, and we're gonna center on the Toronto Blue Jays. And it's time to fix them because I live in Toronto, and Kareem, it's really sad being at that ballpark lately. Stay tuned.